Hey everyone, 79 Dotson here. Long time no video. I think I looked the other day and it said 4 months or something like that. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, the Jeep Cherokee I got from my brother for basically free. He actually almost paid me to take it away. He did pay me to take it away. Died. It overheats really bad. I diagnosed it as a blown head gasket, so I bought this one from a neighbor. High Blue Book, but I was willing to pay a little bit extra to not have to travel and get a ride back and whatever. So it's a 1982 Mercedes-Benz 240 diesel. My dad had one just like this, same year, same model, except his was in white and much worse condition. Original California license plates. You don't see that too often. Does need a little bit of work here and there, like the tires are in that great a condition. This one's the best one. It did come with a bunch of extra parts. Been wanting one of these for a long time. Come on. There, I got some jumper cables, clean trunk, spare tire jack. Even got a matching rim for the spare. But the spare is very cracked and unsafe to drive on. I actually had to rotate out the spare and the original one back on because it was just so unsafe. I don't want to blow out and I don't want to roll over, and that's a mess I don't want to deal with. I haven't really cleaned it up too much, but it looks like there's some, I like that line to the rear defroster. There's like, I don't know, haze spots. I haven't really cleaned it up though. This door on this fender I know had been replaced because I saw yellow scrapes like right here from when it looked like he backed into a fire hydrant or something. He didn't say that when he sold it to me, but I already knew. So it looks like you just got a used fender and a used door, and the paint fade is pretty close, but you can definitely tell it's been replaced if you look close enough. The door doesn't match quite right. See? He says I put a new seal on it, which the seal does look pretty new, and maybe he put a new seal on it when he replaced the door, but I think the door just isn't hung right. That's my opinion. Power windows. First time I've seen that in a 240 diesel. Pretty clean. It's the 4-speed. So how you shift one of these is you pull the knob up into reverse, and it's just regular for rest. It's actually a good design because my 67 Mercedes has the same shift pattern, and you kind of have to go into reverse and over one to make sure you are actually in first. So, has the owner's manual. I got it, the sunroof didn't work. The fuse was badly corroded, so I just bought another fuse and now it works. So I decided, since I'm there, I'll get a supply. Came with, don't remember I said this, but it came with an owner's manual, everything. It's a bunch of records from like the last several years. Dashboard's cracked. It came with a dash mat, but I took it off because the defroster just doesn't work that well with a dash mat because it blocks the airflow, and yeah. It does have AC, but the AC belt's not hooked up, and I checked the pressure with a screwdriver and a little bit came out, and then like nothing came out. So I think it just has a leak somewhere and a broken belt. So I think it had a power antenna at one point, but now it has a manual antenna, either that or it's unplugged or something. It's a nice radio. I broke this when I bought it because I was pointing the switch out to see if the sunroof was getting power to the switch, and it wasn't. So it's definitely faded, but it's not too bad. Gray kind of covers it up. The headlight when I got it was kind of fogged up, and it kind of destroyed the mirror. So I had a headlight from my 99 Jeep Wrangler that I sent to the junkyard several years ago. Swap that in, works fine. Open the hood. Nice tiny engine. It's only like 86 horsepower if I recall right. I'm going to do pretty much a whole tune-up on the motor. I'm going to replace the radiator because from my research this is actually an original equipment brand radiator, and it looks pretty old, so it could, you know, it could be on its way out. And yeah, I don't know if it's a stuck thermostat or something. I noticed this after I bought it, that sometimes if you're pulling up a steep hill, the temperature gauge will go like 3/4 the way up. But the top radiator hose gets warm, but the bottom one stays ice cold, no temperature change, as if it was a cold engine. So I'm going to replace the radiator, replace the thermostat, replace the hoses. So you guys remember, I had that 95 GL Prism that I took the engine out of and put it in a 95 Corolla. That car is now gone, but I saved a coolant reservoir from it. This is what this car didn't come with one. It just went down the side down there, and I'd rather have a reservoir so I can suck coolant back in if it gets hot. And I just made a bracket for it out of an old computer case I had. So I have another air filter in order. This one isn't horrible, but it's definitely dirty. So anyways, let's start it up. The fog lights work. My dad's 240 diesel. The fog lights didn't work. Don't know if it was switch or if it was just burned out or wiring problems, but it didn't work. Oh yeah, and it has 2 keys. The ignition switch was replaced at some point. I put the blue little ring thing on the ignition key. I bought another lock cylinder for the I bought a period correct lock cylinder. I don't know if it'll fit in this newer lock ignition switch, but we'll see. We'll see. If not, another ignition switch assembly is only like $100. So basic, the speedometer. All you got is a clock, speedometer, some gauges, some lights. The only unnecessary light it has is that one, which means the front brake pads are getting low. And that's the glow plugs. The steering's locked. Gear. Oh yeah, it says it has 86,000 miles, but the guy was very upfront and straight with me. He said the odometer isn't accurate. These odometers always wear out, so he says it probably has closer to like 160,000 miles, maybe more, maybe less. One thing I noticed that I'm getting kind of used to is the throttle. Kind of see how I'm pumping it like that, but there's no change in engine speed. So that's kind of annoying, but I need to see if it's adjustable. I adjusted the throttle cable over here, but it didn't really do a whole lot. All it did was raise the engine idle speed a little bit. So I don't know. I need to look into it a little bit more, do some research on the computer. Oh yeah, something interesting. I noticed a while after I bought it that the heater core, well, I don't even know if it's the heater core, but you can smell coolant coming from the inside. Just a smell, no steam or water or whatnot, but I don't know if it's a heater core. But if it is a heater core, that's going to suck because they don't make them anymore. I looked for hours and hours and hours. The only place I haven't checked is the Mercedes dealer. So might have to get a used one or get that really expensive one if they even carry it. But I also heard there's O-rings. I guess these pipes bolt onto the heater core and there's like an O-ring in there, so maybe one of those are going bad. But if I'm taking out the dashboard anyways, I might as well replace the whole thing instead of putting something old back in. It's gonna be that much of a pain in the ass, especially if I don't plan to do it myself, which I probably will, but you know, I might not. Well, anyways, everyone, that's my 82 240 diesel. I'll try and post more videos as I fix it up, but I've been kind of busy lately, just with work. I work 40 hours most every day, and the weeks I don't work 40 hours, I come in at like 4 in the morning, so I'm like sleeping the rest of the day. So sometimes I do work 40 hours when I come in at 4 in the morning. Alright guys, see you next time.